Good morning. How is everybody doing? Good morning. Let me fix my clothes so don't nobody say they see me. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. God bless you. Hey Terry. Hey my BFF. God bless y'all. I just woke up. I look horrible, so keep your shade. Hey my friend. Okay. Good morning. Hey, how you doing, Prophetess? God bless you. Dennis Dawson 3, God bless you. Just letting it build up, so don't nobody get all impatient. If you're new, don't get impatient and say, oh, she ain't talking nothing. Click off, because I have some important stuff to tell you guys, okay? Morning from New Zealand. God bless you. Okay. Yeah, I know you're not going anywhere then. Okay. Good morning from PA. How was the Holy Spirit 26 just joined? God bless you. All right, so we got quite a few followers. Is Dominion on here yet? What about Caleb or Londa? I'm not certain. Hey Dad, how are you? Kelly's on. Hey, how are you? Okay. I'm wiping the water. Um, because we had an awesome time last night. Which is hilarious. I won't go into details. We celebrated our apostle's birthday and we had a blast. Didn't we, Dad? We got you too. We got you real good. So, anywho, on to the next. I want to talk to you about the intercession classes that I am working on. I'm still working on it, okay? It said teachers. I'm not teaching yet, Dad. Not yet, but I have a lot. I do have a lot. I need to go over, and a lot of things I got to come to you guys with, so there's a lot I need to put out. However, we're going to get ready to start this intercession boot camp class. It's a boot camp, okay? And I know we've heard that term used loosely when it deals with prayer and things of that nature. So I'm going to tell you why it's called boot camp, because prayer, like exercise, like dieting, like fasting, is something that I find that a lot of saints talk about, but they never really do it. So we have to be in a position and a place of prayer if you really want results in your relationship with Yeshua. So with that being stated, we are going to do it again. Now, years ago, no, they don't. Y'all have to excuse me because I was under the weather about a couple of weeks ago, so it's leaving. Like, it's pretty much, no, it's gone. So, you know how you got that little ass resident that want to stick around? Okay. Years ago, I did intercession teachings, boot camps, and things of that nature. And for some, I know Alonda's probably not on here. Prophetess Terry McCall is on here, so she can attest. But years ago, I would do teachings on intercession. It was boot camp and things of that nature. And I'm telling you, when I say it was boot camp, it was boot camp, because the Lord, the same way that I was taught, the Lord had me to teach it to the people of God in that same manner. Because right now, if you're not praying, it's really an urgency that you get into the position and in the place of prayer. You cannot have a relationship or say that you have a relationship with the Lord if you're not talking to him. Now, here's the thing with that. We want to preach. We want to prophesy. We don't mind praying in the microphone because people are watching us. And we really get glory out of that. We can preach in that microphone. The microphones, it magnifies your voice, and you can do all these, runts and stuff, and make people think you're so powerful and things like that because of the accolades of people. But I'm here to tell you that would be your only reward. There should be greater rewards when you pray, especially when it's dealing with intercession. Now, in the class, there's something that I'm going to be talking about. We're going to talk about, which I really hate to call it basic prayer, but it's only for lack of better words. But that alone. Okay, Dad, I got you. But there are like 3 or more types of prayers, really lots of prayers. But what I want the people to mainly focus on is basic prayer, for lack of better words, again, basic prayer. Then you have intercession, and then you have prophetic intercession. And in the class, we're going to talk about the three, and we're going to talk about the difference of the three. Now, I can briefly go into it now, but like I said, we're going to delve. We are really going to go deep into prayer. And the purpose of me going deep into prayer with you is because we want to birth it, y'all. My skin dry. We want to birth it out of you to where you want to pray, where you had a desire to go into prayer. Trust me, I have the same struggle. Now, who's willing to be real and say, hey, I'm a prophet, I'm an apostle. I struggle in that area. You know, that's an area that blah, blah, blah. Well, if you have a busy life, it's going to be a slight struggle, but the desire should always be there. But when you're purposely not praying, when you're purposely not wanting to be in the presence of the Lord, something's wrong. Something is wrong with your soul. Let's see. Yeah, the struggle is real. I'm telling you, when you married, especially, let me minister to the married people, especially when you're married. I can go through my day right now. If I tell you everything that I go through in my day or throughout my day, you know, my mom used to tell me, you and your husband are not working. You guys should be able to do this, that, dot, dot, dot. And I told her, I said, we're not working a secular job, but we are working. Like, Lord God Almighty, we are working. And so, you know, and as a matter of fact, I can go through that list. So when my mom saw what all we were doing, she said, my God, when do y'all have time for yourself? Sometimes we don't. So we don't have time for ourselves. You know that there may be a possible struggle that we're not having time. You said, I am getting better, but the struggle, yes, it is always real. I'm telling you. So that's why it's important for us to keep it real, because you got saints on here that make you think they pray all day long and then they just come out in glory, but the glory is not working right. And we trying to figure out what you was in prayer. So, I mean, where's the glory? Now, I can wake up in the morning. This is my day. Matter of fact, I will go into, well, no, I can't go in what I'm doing today, but I will tell you what I am doing every single day. I wake up in the morning, especially during the week. I wake up every morning at 5 a.m. every morning, sometimes at 3:30 or maybe 4 o'clock a.m. And I go ahead and I stay awake. 5 a.m. My husband and I, we get up at 5 and we get my first son on the bus, because his bus picks him up prompto at 6:10 a.m. As soon as we're done getting him off, then we're waking up Micah. I have to make Micah take a bath. I have to iron his clothes. I have to fix him breakfast. Once we get him together, I have to make sure that he washed his face, brushed his teeth, make sure he's got deodorant on, because he's getting ready to be a teenager soon. So, you know, I'm doing all of these things, and trust me, you know, they're very minute things, but I promise to the Lord, when you're dealing with boys, it adds all the way up. We're getting him out of the house. 7:30, he's ready to go. We're praying for him, making sure that God is shielding him, covering him, and protecting him. Then I'm going to the school, dropping him off at school. As soon as I drop him off at school, it is now 8 o'clock. We're going to Michael's. We're going to Joann's. We're going to Mary Carter's. For those of you who do not live in Memphis and don't know what Mary Carter's are, we are going to Mary Carter's almost on a daily basis. It's a cake baking store because I'm a baker. And usually my husband chauffeurs me around. That's why you catch him on Periscope in the car, because I am on the run and I am on the go with the business. The business is picking up. And so now I'm in the car. I'm answering text messages. I'm praying for people. I am ministering to people. I'm interpreting dreams while I'm in the cake store. So thank God for the headphones on these Galaxy phones. So casting out devils literally with some of the people in the cake store. My husband was yelling yesterday at Main Event. We went to Main Event last night with our apostle, and my husband said, "How? And these people, they got scared and they jumped in their cars and they were like, what in the world's wrong with that guy? And stuff like that. So, yeah, it's very busy. Very, very busy. Now, this is by noon. Okay, so of course, we got to stop and get lunch. Okay, whatever. That's nothing. Okay, that's nothing. But you get lunch, you come back, got to clean the house, got to cook dinner. Then I got to make sure that the kids are picked up. Now, you thinking like I just dropped you kids off. Are you serious? I got to deliver orders. I'm running orders. I'm doing all of this by myself with the help of my husband driving me around. Because if I was doing all of this, I tend to fall asleep behind the wheel. I do not need a DUI, and I don't need to be in nobody's ditch. Now, come home, fix them dinner, make the kids take another bath, work with the nurses that come in every single day in my home, 7 days a week. Working with the nurses, making sure they're charting everything. Then I go and I'm with my husband. We're probably at that time in prayer. We're either watching something inspirational, getting the word, or he is preaching and prophesying and praying to me. And then hubby and wife time, and we are off to sleep, and we're doing it all over again. There's still a problem with that. I know you saying, well, you did get something in. The Lord was able to, get his time in, but he did not get the first fruit. And to me, that's important. That's important to me. He should be the first one you speak to every single morning. Some of us are doing wonderful in that. Some of us are not. And we wonder why we have a hectic day. Then next thing you know, or for me personally, I wonder why someone placed in an order of over 200 chocolate covered strawberries in vases. And then next thing you know, they cancel their order without a deposit. And I'm just looking like, so you had me buying over 200 strawberries. That's like $350 worth of work. And you mean to tell me that I just basically almost lost $500? Lord, where did I go wrong? You didn't speak to me first, daughter. I'm the one that prosper your business. So with that being stated, I cannot be an owner of my business and I don't speak to the Lord first. I cannot be a woman of God and I do not talk to God. You cannot be a man of God. You cannot be a woman of God if you don't talk to him. How many of you who are single and let's say you want to be married or you are married. Let's say you get married, but you have a husband who never talked to you. You have a wife that never caters to you, that never ministers to you, never communicate with you in any form. She just grabbed the car keys and she goes. She comes in the house. Hey, you ask her, what's wrong? Nothing. And nothing's really wrong. She just don't talk to you. What kind of relationship is that? That makes you want to leave out of the relationship. They always tell us in a marriage, in a relationship, that communication is key. How do you have a relationship with the Lord if you don't have that number one key? Communication. This is where your basic prayer comes in. This is when you actually get up and say something to God. And you don't get up and you just say something to God just to be saying something to God. Just to say, oh, I prayed today. No, you got to step your game up in prayer. Okay. So that's the basic prayer. That is communication with the Lord. That is talking to God. That is building your relationship. Because when I wake up in the morning, I tell my husband about my dream that I had. He may or may not be able to interpret the dream. I let him know, hey, the Lord showed me this. Or we're being silly and we laughing because that's sometimes we wake up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We laughing like we watching Kevin Hart. I'm so serious. So that's our relationship. We always laughing. There is not one day that goes by that man don't make me laugh or I don't make him laugh. So I'm telling you, we crazy. However, we have a relationship because I talk to the man and the man talks to me. Now, it's the same way. We have to talk to God. If we want the marriage to be successful, we have to talk to him. I'm not talking about me and my husband marriage. We fine. We're talking about the marriage relationship between you and Yeshua. You don't want your man or you don't want Yeshua coming back and say, oh, I'm sorry. Who are you again? Oh, no, I don't know you. You can't come with me. I'm sorry. We got to leave you back. You don't want to be the virgin that was found to be foolish. So with that being stated, we're going to talk about basic prayer. We're going to talk about how to engage God, how to go into prayer. We're going to talk about all of those things. I'm seeing comments, but I'm trying to stay focused. So please, y'all, forgive me. If you had a question, just send it again. If I don't answer it, send the questions again. We also going to move into intercession. Now, what is intercession? Hello, Prophetess Stevens. God bless you. What is intercession? Intercession is saying, hey, the Lord put you in my spirit today. You want me to pray for you? Sure. Okay. What do you need prayer for? Intercession says, what do you need prayer for? But not prophetic intercession. Now, the person may say, oh, my finances, my bank account is in the red, it's in the negative, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And you grab them by the hand. You may touch them on the shoulder and say, Father, in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, whichever name you call on, I use Yeshua. And just bless this woman of God. And Father, just minister to her. That's basic intercession. Prophetic intercession is if I say, the Lord told me to tell you, Kelly, that He's going to protect you. He's going to keep you. He's going to cover you. And I'm just going to pray the prayer of faith. Prophetic intercession is praying the prayer of faith. Prophetic intercession is one of the most powerful prayers that you pray, because the person who is in need of prayer may never, ever, ever say anything. They'll never tell you. They'll never let you know that they need prayer. They may not even be aware that they need prayer. But prophetic intercession will say, I just had this vision. Somebody's about to be in a car accident. And you immediately pray. Prophetic intercession is people who have dreams of loved ones dying and they're still alive in reality. Prophetic intercession does not say, I had a dream my auntie died, and here it is, lo and behold, 3 days later she died, because my dream always come to pass within 3 days, 3 months, or 3 years. No. You didn't have that dream so you can know it all. Prophetic intercession is saying, I had a dream that my husband died, and I wake up from the dream and I cast the dream down and I speak against death and I speak against everything, not knowing, this is the part of what makes it so prophetic, not knowing that the enemy really did have an assignment to take him out. But because the Lord allowed me to see it, the Lord showed it to me. And He's showing you things like that in dreams and visions, when you're in prayer, when you're in basic prayer, and all of those things. That's why basic prayer is not so basic. It's really important, because this is where you get your download, especially if you are a prophet or a prophetess or an apostle, or if you are a prophetic person, and things of that nature. Prophetic intercession says, I come against the spirit of death. I bind the spirit of death. My husband shall be safe. He will not die in a car accident. Every vain word that has went into the atmosphere, that has penetrated the atmosphere, I snatch it down. I snatch out every word. I snatch out every curse. I snatch out every deed. Satan, you are a defeated foe. For greater is He that is within him than he that is in the world. He will not get hit by an 18-wheeler. He will not be in a fender bender. He will not get a traffic ticket. Father, make him invisible to the enemy. That is prophetic intercession. Prophetic intercession is me knowing that somebody who's watching this scope is sick, and I go into intercession for them and casting that sickness down and snatching it out of the pits of hell and snatching that personal health away from the enemy so that they can be made whole watching this periscope. Prophetic intercession is saying to that individual that could possibly be watching this periscope and say that you'll go back to the doctor and the sickness will not be there. That's prophetic intercession. That's for the individual who is watching this, that is dealing with an ailment in their body. That's an example of prophetic intercession. So we're going to talk about all of those things. We're going to be able to minister to you. We will have fasting days in the intercession. For whatever reason, if you are one who struggles with fasting, let us know. If you are one who struggles with prayer times, let us know. We will have someone who will hold you accountable, who will help you. Yeah, if you say, look, I ate a piece of pizza. Prophetic or prayer intercession boot camp is not, put that down right now. Put it down in the name of Jesus. You will not eat that. Now, I used to do that. I did. I was very hard when it came down to teaching prophetic intercession. Y'all, Prophetess Terry, you better get on here and you better tell them. I did. I drilled them. When I say we're going to pray for an hour, I meant every 60 seconds. I meant every 60 minutes. I'm sorry. I meant every bit of it. Every little 60. For tonight, no. Every 60 minutes, you going to be saying something back to Jesus. And I meant that. We had one of my spiritual daughters. I took her through the prophetic intercession. And she would pray. Just no lie. He said, I need a little help though. I could do better. We all do. Trust me. I'm teaching the class and it's for me too. I promise we all do. But my spiritual daughter, Alonda, I just put her out there on Front Street. She wouldn't mind. That's the only reason why I called her name, because she really wouldn't mind. But she would pray. And I would tell her, okay, Alonda, for 1 hour, I need you to pray. And I want you to pray in complete English. And she said, y'all better look at these comments. See, I'm telling you, we got some witnesses. And she said, Father, in the name of Jesus, I come against the devil. I can't pray anymore. The burden's too heavy. And we were like, it's only been maybe 3.2 minutes. No. You need to pray through. When I went through prophetic intercession and when I went through the boot camp, we made that name up. Let me tell you something. How I came up with the name prophetic, not prophetic, I keep saying that word, intercession.